Hey everybody, it's Renee with our fabulous performing arts tips. Yes, and we spoke last week about taking your notes well and taking your critiques well from your coaches and teachers and mentors, right? So we've gotten to the callback, we've booked the show, and that's exciting. We were all excited, but now what's next? What's next? What's going to sustain you on that dance team, on that international tour, on that movie set, whatever it may be? What's going to sustain you? That's a really important question because you've booked the show, you have the contract, now you have to honor your contract, whether it's for a year, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a week, 1 day. Now your production crew and creative staff, they're expecting you to actually do the job that they've hired you to do. So that's where the self-discipline and the self-motivation, because now you have a show, say, okay, with me, with all the shows I've done, Joseph and Starlight Express and Ain't Misbehaving, let's see, Smokey Joe's Cafe, Jesus Christ Superstar. I mean, some of these shows I did for years and years and then toured Europe and did the US tours. What kept me grounded and focused that, the producers was, oh yeah, we want Renee to come back. Yeah, she doesn't need to re-audition. Just call her back to the final call. Or sign another contract. We want you to stay on. What caused them to have that much trust in me as a performer and as a person? I took my notes. I would take my notes from my dance captains. Yeah, or when they would come out on tour and give us notes and, hey, Renee, you need to clean this up. Or when I was a dance captain on the international tour, European tour, Smokey Joe's Cafe. And Joey McNeely would say, hey, Renee, you need to make sure you clean up everybody because we're coming out to Switzerland to see the show. And he would report back to Jerry Zaks. So me as the dance captain, I had to make sure that everybody that was in that show did the original choreography, the Joey McNeely set, the original staging and everything. Nothing was extra, but the show is as is. Yes, and it needs to stay crisp and clean and fabulous every night. Why? Because it's a live show and people are paying a lot of money to come see that show. And that was my job as the dance captain, is to make sure that I maintain that show. So what kept me going? I took my notes, I gave notes. I was self-motivated because it was more than just about, oh yeah, this is a show. It was about my career. What's going to come next? What shows am I going to be offered next? Because, I was able to maintain a show for Broadway producers. Or me as the talent. Wow, I would love to do this role next, or I would love to understudy a lead. So this person would always put me on. Because they saw the self-discipline in me. They saw that I took my notes and I would go over it and rehearse it and practice it and do whatever it took. Yes? And I would ask questions. I was always asking questions. Yeah, Jimmy Walski, he set the National Tour Starlight for us underneath of Arlene Phillips. And I would be like, Jimmy, just how does this work? And how should I do this on my toe stops on the roller skates? And how... always asking. And he was like, Renee, you're great. Let's clean this up. Let's do that. Okay. Because I wanted to look my best out there and he wanted me to, and he knew that I was a great understudy and a great swing and he could throw me on at a moment's notice and no one would get injured or hurt. And this is on roller skates. This was a hard show to do. And that I could be trusted as a performer and as someone that cared not just about my body and my health, but the health of the whole show and everyone that was a part of that show. Tech and crew and musicians included. Because with Starlight Express, you never knew. Sometimes we'd fall into the orchestra pit and they'd pop us right back up. It was such a difficult show. So it's really important, It's like, oh wow, I've got the show, now what? Well, now this is where your self-discipline comes in. Am I getting enough sleep at night? And am I feeding my body? Am I fueling my body with the right things so that I can work at my optimum level, especially with shows like Starlight Express, Cats, West Side Story, these are major mega dance shows that I did when I was in my early 20s. I was young. But you don't want to get burnt out. Am I taking care of my voice? So am I going to the gym? Am I doing the cardio? Because you need to do that for, 2.5 hours. Joseph, we did the show and then we had a mega mix. It was like this aerobic, number that was 20 minutes. So you had to be in tip-top shape for that show. Yes? And then you're traveling and touring and, yes, you get sick and the sinuses and you're in the hotels, but am I going to be self-motivated enough as a performer and as a person, because my teachers and mentors and coaches, they poured into me, they gave me the notes. Yes? I took the notes, I received them and said, thank you. Now, was it hard for me to hear, no, it's not right. No, Renee, it's not right. No, 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 no. Yes, it was hard for me to hear no a lot. But at the end of that, no, it's not right, was this. But I know you can do it. I know you can fix it. I know you can do better than that. Let's go, Renee. And that's all I'm asking for you. That's all I'm asking of you. Yeah, you need to ask that of yourself. Yes? But for my private students, that's what I'm asking of you. Yep, no, it's not there. But guess what? It's going to be there. Keep going. Keep moving. Come on, come on. Yeah? And this is how I was mentored and coached.